Today, I come with a trick to improve mixes quickly using Waves C4. Here we go. The trick is going to be that we are going to match each frequency region with a reference that we have. In this case, I have a song from the same artist, and we are going to listen between each frequency region to equalize very similar to our reference. I have almost finished the mix, but I am always missing those last touches of equalization to get the mix to another level. This C4 trick, do it when you think your mix is ready. I've got this session. It's pretty big, as you can tell. We're going to go a little bit. And in the master, we're going to add Waves C4. For those of you who don't know Waves, it's a brand that's been making products for quite a few years. It's a fairly inexpensive plugin. It costs about $30, and you can try it out as well. And here are the instructions. I'm still gonna leave the links in the description for you to do the whole process in case you don't have the C4. Returning to our session, we have our C4, and we are going to open the hard basic preset that you can find here. You will not find this trick anywhere. It is something that has worked for me for many years, and well, I have more. If you want more tricks, I recommend you to subscribe to the channel. Every week we are uploading a new video with a new theme. When I have already selected this preset, I will bypass each zone of this multi-band compressor, but only let me hear each zone. Let's hear our reference for a moment. And we're going to hear our song. We're not always going to be lucky enough to have the reference be from the same artist. And most of the time, we're going to be hearing a mastered song versus a mixed song that's ours. Not to worry, all we're checking here is the EQ. So in the C4, I activate this zone first, which is getting me up to the 86 Hertz. That's why I like this hard basic preset, because it splits these zones pretty evenly for me. Let's hear our song. Now let's hear the reference. So, as you can see, our song has a lot more bass than the reference. We can EQ our kick drum down to around 60 or 80 Hertz. And we have solved this. Remember that the reference is super key. You can spend hours and hours mixing, but you need a reference because you can get lost and think that what you are not doing is right, and it may not be. So then the reference is super important. At this point, we would be at an advanced stage of our mix. I don't recommend doing this when we are starting to mix, but when our song is already playing and we want to check those little details, let's go to the zone of 5000 Hertz upwards. I always like to keep changing, and that it is not low, medium low, keep going up, but the extremes to refresh our ears. Let's hear our reference. Now our song. What our song is missing. Cymbals. The cymbals sound well present in the reference and in our mix not so much. So let's do the same thing. I'm going to open an EQ for the overheads, and I'm going to hear. Now let's hear our reference. I think we are close, but I feel that the vocal also needs this. So I am going to open an EQ for the vocals, and we are going to go up the desired frequency around 10,500 Hertz. I'm going to turn off the band. And give a nice presence to the vocals. Now let's hear our song against the reference. It needs a little more electric guitar in this area, so let's open the electric guitar EQ disarray. I really like it because it has a spectrum analyzer, and here I'm going to go up to around 6,000 Hertz. If you notice, it's a little more noticeable and it's much more similar to our reference. Now we go from the electric up to the 550 Hertz, according to the plan, and I want us to listen to our reference. Now our song. It seems that the voice has a little bit annoying frequency around the 250 Hertz is always a little bit annoying. And let's hear our reference. Otherwise, it is quite similar. Let's go to the next zone, which is from 550 Hertz to 5,000 Hertz. Let's hear our reference. Something that I notice at once is the kick and the snare in our reference is super present, and in our song it is not felt. I am going to open an equalizer for the kick, and I am going to emphasize at once the 4,000 Hertz. That is a frequency that is going to give us definition. We are going to go up little by little. Let's hear our reference. And so we give it more presence. Now let's solve the snare. I'm going to open an equalizer around the 2000 Hertz is a good area to do this. And I'm going to go up little by little. It's already much more noticeable. Let's not hear the mix without the processes that we did. Let's hear our song. And let's hear the reference. It is difficult to hear between frequency ranges, so this trick works quite well. Practice it and let me know in the comments. If you found it useful, if you have any questions, remember this trick. You will not find it anywhere. Take care of yourselves.